Hi guys, and welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. Today we're having a look at a very exciting item. It's this, Topps The Lost World Jurassic Park Dinosaur Candy Egg Containers. One of the most popular videos on this channel is actually the candy from the first film that came in a little plastic egg, and you could open it up and get candy and a small rubber toy from it. And these were quite similar. I have fond memories of these, and I remember these coming out and seeing them in the shops. So I'm quite lucky that I grabbed a retailer's box. So originally, if this was shipped to the retailer, this flap would have come folded down like this, and there would have been a cardboard window here that they could punch out so that they could put their candy eggs on display. I've got 6 in total in this box, and because I've got so many, I'm going to open one up and show you guys. Before we do, here's a closer look at the packaging. So these were manufactured by Topps. And down at the bottom you've got Site B, and then dinosaur egg candy containers with collectible glow-in-the-dark skeleton. So here you can see the tray with the 6 candy eggs that I have, and they all have their own individual plastic footprints to keep them steady. So before you ask, I won't be eating the candy contained in these eggs. Unfortunately, they're 16 years old and I value my life. But as you can see, the sculpt of these is different to the candy eggs that came out in the first film. It's almost like a simpler design, but the eggs are shaped more like a dinosaur egg. I suppose because on the Lost World the eggs would be natural because the dinosaurs are breeding naturally, whereas in the first film they were actually ostrich eggs and rounder. So you can see the Lost World logo there. There's lovely sculpted cracks, and at the bottom there's some sculpted small little rocks, and it's actually quite a nice stand base, so for actually having this on display after you've eaten the candy, it's quite cool. The standard literature and barcode are attached to the bottom, but the main thing is what's inside. So now we're going to find out. Here's what came inside. So here's the candy, and here's the skeleton toy. The plastic container has a swivel base and an embossed Lost World logo. It's quite a nice piece on its own. So as you can see, the candy is actually egg-shaped, which is cool. Now this packaging is quite cool because it tells you all the different ones available. So you got the Tyrannosaurus there, you got the Triceratops, you got the Brontosaurus, which actually I think for the time was quite bad naming. I think this was called Apatosaurus by this point in time. And Brontosaurus is a bit like, it's an archaic name that nobody really uses or should use anymore. But you could also get a Plesiosaurus. Okay, so I've just opened up the packet and it, I think, looks like a Triceratops. Let's have a look. So, yeah, that looks like a Triceratops to me. Now, this is pretty cool because it's very similar to the Burger King Jurassic Park 3D toys that have just been released. If you haven't seen my video on that, I'll put a link below. But let's get building. Okay, so here is the Triceratops assembled. And, wow. If you look at him, the head looks a little bit too big for the body. And I think what they've done is they've created a system where they can reuse parts for other toys. So I wouldn't be surprised. These are the same legs and chest from the Brontosaurus, and probably the tail as well. I think the tail looks more like a Tyrannosaurus's tail, if you ask me. All that remains is to try this out of proportion Triceratops in a dark place. So here we are in the deepest, darkest depths of the room, and you can just see the residual glow disappearing from the Triceratops in pieces. He fell apart. But you can just see it fading away. So what I did is I shone the flash at it for a while to charge up the glow effect, and now it's slowly fading away. I hope you enjoyed this look at a vintage candy container today, guys. Please rate, comment and subscribe. Let me know if you remember this and owned one or remember eating the candy, and I'll see you in the next video.